Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. Alright, so we're going to do a love reading today. See what comes out. So it looks like the first card we have, because we're doing oracle cards first, is the orange. And that's about energy. Now the orange, also the color is also very creative, power. A lot of, and it's funny, there's a cauldron. So it's like you're creating something. The next one we have is lemon. So lemon is citrus, obviously, another citrus, but it's about cleansing. So you're also needing to cleanse your energy, and which is funny too because yellow is also another creative energy too. Let me see. And then we have the grapes, which is abundance, and I think that's a pretty grape card. And it also is let me see, let me feel into it. It is, I don't know, it's more like about delicacy. Grapes are one of those like delicacies. So it seems like whatever it is like you're creating this love that's very delicate, a very beautiful and tangy relationship. Now, and next up we have it's time to release negativity. So that goes back to the cleansing. So whatever you're holding on to from the past and everything, it seems like it's time to get rid of it. And it's also time to show the world the real you. So it's like get rid of all the things that you've been holding on to from the past and really step into your authentic self. So you could really become what you are, because nothing is set in stone, and whatever issues that you're going through is going to come to a resolution. That's what we have here. A personal issue reaches resolution. So whether it be like something standing in your way from this relationship, like in between, or whatever from the past that you're holding on to, that may possibly come in between this relationship from happening, it seems like everything is, it's telling you that it's time to release it, time to release the old and continue to build that new thing. Because nothing is set in stone. You have the ability to change your future, so you don't have to keep living the same things over and over and over again. You can choose to do something else if you want to. All right, and let's see here. Next thing we've got is balance of contraries. So it is about balancing. I can't show you its card. It's got naked people on it, but he's like got his hands out, in a thunderstorm. And he's got fire in one hand and ice in the other. So it's like what is in the past, it looks like, from the past right here on this side, and this is the future. So the past looks like it is some kind of like cold. There's like coldness in whatever relationship that you had in the past between you and the other person, and what's in the future is hot, fiery passion, and this person in the card is looking at the past. So it's looking at the things that are cold, the things that were, the problems in the past situation, anything that, caused, any kind of like dread inside you or whatever it is. So it's about releasing those things that were cold in the past so that you can start looking towards the future of that fiery, hot passion, Next thing we have is ambition and on the hunt. And it's this woman riding a polar bear. Again, polar bears are cold. So it's about using the past and building upon it, and instead of having your past be your weakness, be the past and all the hurts and all the things that you went through be the thing that carries you on into the future, building you a stronger person. Now, this woman, she's a warrior and she's got bow and arrow. So it looks like she's on the hunt for like Cupid, the things that she loves in life. And she looks very determined, and she's definitely looking towards the future. She's looking towards the right of the card, which is the future. And she's in the woods. So whatever is like wild and passionate, she's looking for it. She's left that cold environment and she's coming out into something that's a lot more warmer. She's got barely any clothes on at all. I don't know if I can show it to you. Let me just double check. Yes, I can. Okay. She's got like barely any clothes on, so it's already like a warmer environment. And it seems like, the polar bear is looking towards the past. So obviously the bear is the past, so she's looking towards the future now. And then next up we have is forgiveness, mildness, and kindness. Now, this is it looks like a warrior man holding up a cup, like kind of, I don't know, those things in the Vikings days where they drink beer out of. It's a horn cup or whatever. Anyways, there's an owl sitting on his left shoulder, and he's looking towards the past at the owl. So he's looking at the things in the past that brought wisdom. See, there he is. So he's looking at the past and the wisdom that was there, and using that to carry him forward. See, he's facing, like his body looks like he's walking towards the right of the card, which would be over here this way. So he's going to start walking into the future and take the wisdom of the past with him as he goes. The next card we have is the Spirit of Lightning. Let me see, hold on. Let me see if I can do this. There you go. So, got a PG-13 it. So, it looks like it is a woman, okay? And she is looking towards the past again. But there's a tower. And it looks like there's parts crumbling down. And it's like lightning is like it's a multi-dimensional saying is lightning. It's also about letting go of the heavy things, which is weighing you down, which in this part, it'd be a bunch of scribbly things, which scribbles are like headspace clutter. It's like letting go of like the scribblies and the things that are in your life that are not good, not what's serving you anymore. It's like a crumpled up piece of paper. When you're about to throw it away, you crumple it up most of the times and you toss it in the trash. So it's letting go of those burdens and becoming a lighter version of yourself. Okay. All right. So let's move into the tarot. Okay. We're going to do this one first. And then we'll use my new deck in a minute. We'll see what that one says, because I haven't used it for readings yet. So I'm pretty excited to use it today. All right, one more shuffle and we'll get started. Okay. Boop. And we have the Four of Pentacles. And again, that's about like stability in your abundance, or like, you can't build a foundation if it's not strong, because if you're building an empire, or if you're building anything, including a relationship, because, well, this is what I say, is any good relationship is built on like strong friendship, a strong bond. And that's what this is it looks like there are strong bonds between all the pillars, and it could be all of the different aspects of your guys' selves and stuff like that. And in the center of it is yellow. So it's like creating a strong foundation, foundational center. so that you guys are on the same understanding. You guys are, you guys know what you want in life. You've discussed all the things that make you happy, all the things that make you sad, because there's red and blue. There's a combination of red and blue, and strangely enough, it equals yellow in the middle. So it's about communication too, like having like that abundant of communication so that you guys, know each other on a deeper level. Okay. And then we have the Six of Wands, and you see there is a bunch of sticks, a bunch of stuff piled up, and this is like blockages and stuff like that. All those things in the past, and it comes up into lightness, and then there's a rainbow. So it's like from the darkness comes beauty. And that's one of the things that I say a lot, actually, is out of, terrible moments and things that have happened in the past that don't in the moment look very good. You can make them into beautiful moments. They could be beautiful learning lessons, anything. So it seems like you're coming out of the stagnation and you're ready to move forward into brighter days. And then we've got the Devil upside down, which is good. So it's like you're not self-sabotaging yourself. You're kind of letting go of toxic traits and habits, the things that aren't good for you anymore. And it seems like you're really, ready to take the goat by the horns and go live that, that moment where it's like the goat is the greatest of all time, So go have the greatest time of all, instead of, living in the past. All right. Yep. And that's exactly what we're doing. Five of Swords. We are cutting down all the things that no longer serve us and getting rid of it. So you definitely need to release the things that are trying to wiggle their way back into your life. See the worms? Cut those worms off, cut them off and get rid of them, because sometimes, worms have many hearts, so when you cut them, sometimes they're still alive. So you have to make sure that you're really fully going into, everything that you can and get the most out of whatever it is that the universe wants you to know or learn from the past situations and grow from it. Don't be the victim of your past. Have your past be the strength that gets you to the next step in life. Okay. And then choice. Got to make a choice. Do you want to live the same stuff? So, it's like insanity, the definition of insanity. Well, I really don't know what the definition is in a book, but it's doing the same thing over again and expecting the same results. So are you going to choose to do the same things that caused you heartache in the past, including, thoughts or having those expectations and being stubborn in your ways that you were in the past? Are you willing to grow and take those lessons that you've developed or learned from the past issues and make wiser choices or better choices that will make a stronger foundation? And just make sure that you're choosing correctly. Like, what is it that you want? And make sure you're choosing it for the right reason too. You don't necessarily want to keep making, if you're choosing somebody for money, are you just going to keep finding somebody else for money? Are you going to finally, choose somebody that is loving and sweet and, that will make you happy? Because in the end, money isn't always happiness, and neither can it buy it, but some of the most happiest people in the world are some of the most poorest people in the world, because they love what they have around them. They don't need anymore, and sometimes people who love each other can help each other's dreams come true, which then can lead to abundance of whatever else comes next. It could lead to I don't know, somebody building empires together, like businesses together, companies, whatever it is. You never know. And so it's all about making sure that you're using your heart and your mind both balanced to make a decision that's going to lead you in the right direction instead of lead you right to the doorstep of something you just closed behind you. It's your choice. All right. One more shuffle. And then we'll see what's next. Okay, so overall energies is abundance and love. My love card. Happy, happy love. Okay. Okay, so we've got the High Priestess. So don't doubt yourself and really be that fierce person that you are. Like, don't hesitate on, being your authentic self and showing this person, whoever you're going to be with, the real you. Because if you're putting on a mask and you're going to go and meet somebody and you start dating them and stuff like that, do you really want to try to give them what they want to see? Or are you going to give them the real you? Because you can only hold a facade for so long before the mask eventually crumbles up and falls away. You can only wear it for so long. And, are you wanting to give that other person a false expectation of who you are instead of who you actually are? Because chances are that they might love you for who you actually are and be a little upset that they didn't get to see the real you in the beginning, that they had to find the real you, and vice versa. They could love the person that you're pretending to be, but, find out when the relationship has gone, longer, find out that you're not really who you said you were, and they be really upset because, they thought you were somebody else, but you're not, so not all of the people in the world are meant for you. There's billions of people out there, so just be yourself, because the person that you're supposed to be with is going to love you for who you actually are authentically, 100%, including all your flaws. They're not going to care, about anything else except for love you for who you are. And if you're giving them a fake version of you, then that's going to end up in disaster. It's like lying to somebody about who you are and expecting them to not be upset about it. All right, we've got 3 of Cups, little birdies looking at the sun. So it looks like there is something on the horizon. The sun is coming up. The brighter days, there's potential of something beautiful. That something is arising up out of you. And out of the situation, out of your relationship, whether you're talking to somebody or not, it seems like things are changing. There is a aspect that is very, it's bringing in good potential to be something. But it's all about how you make it. There's a chance that you can mess it up anyways, and there's chances are that it could be successful. It's all about what you do, because there is free will, and free will is always constantly changing. That's why, when you go to see a future reader, they may tell you something that, then affects your decision on the choices that you make after you hear, what they have to say. And then chances are whatever they said doesn't happen. But then there's chances that it will happen, because the future is always constantly changing. And so it's all based upon the decisions that are being made and the decisions that will be made in the future, so it's all about how you make it, so. Next up, we have the 8 of Pentacles. So it's also to be careful not to get stuck in the same web or the same toxic mental cycles. The first word I got was overthinking. Don't get stuck overthinking constantly about situations, because if you get stuck, doing that, you're in, in the experience, instead of being centered with yourself, you're way over there on what could be or should be or shoulda, woulda, couldas in the past, so if you're not overthinking, you can fully pay attention to this right now moment and actually make decisions that are spirit led instead of fear led or worry led, which obviously it could be fear led too. Worry is another state of fear in a way. So just make sure that you don't keep like, oh, well, what if, this happens, or what if that happens, or, well, maybe it's going to be like this, or maybe it's going to be like that. Well, maybe it's not, or maybe it won't, or maybe, maybe you're going to worry about things that might not ever happen. Or you're going to enjoy the moment, and be here right now. All right, let's see. We're going to use these new cards. This is the Thoth deck by Aleister Crowley. I loved the art on it, so I had to buy it. So I'm an artist. It reminds me of Salvador Dali, how he is, it's like abstract surrealism, but there's a lot of really good, like it's metaphorical art, He did a really good job on this deck. All right, one more shuffle. All right. So we have the Ten of Cups. All right, and the Ten of Cups, it's got a lot of light. See how beautiful that is. It's also red, so it's about grounding too. So it's remembering to stay grounded and not be in a place of like fear with what we just said, because fear is it does affect the root chakra, So there's a lot of light shining into those cups, a lot of, abundance flowing through them. And because the abundance is flowing effortlessly into the cups, they have enough ability to then overflow into more cups. So this is also telling us that it is important to put in as much into something as you are yourself, because if you're not putting something into yourself, then how do you have enough abundance or light to overflow your cup into something else's cup? Because it just won't be there anymore. It'll dry up, So make sure that you are pouring into yourself just as much as you are into any situation or any person. Okay. Next up, we have the Queen of Swords. Okay, she's wearing something, but it's still a little bit inappropriate, so I'm just going to cover it just in case. Okay, so here's a woman floating on top of the clouds. She's got a sword in one hand and a head in the other. Okay, so the sword is on the left side. She's looking towards the left side. So she's putting the things of the past down. All of the hurtful things, all of the words that were spoken, and forgiving them, because it looks like the war is over. And then in the right hand, it looks like the mask is off. It almost looks like the mask, from the movie. And it's green, which is funny. So it's like the mask, its eyes are closed too. So it's about the heart space. So if you're wearing a mask, your full heart and your full self isn't being seen. So it's about taking the mask off and allowing your true authentic self, that is like the love of you, shine through, so everybody could see how beautiful that is. And when you do that, life around you will be like floating on clouds. You'll be on cloud 9, kind of. So make sure that you do that. And then the next thing is the Fool. And the Fool card has a tiger on its right side. So it looks like, tiger is courageous, stealthy. It's also like very intelligent. Tigers are very intelligent animals. So, and it's orange too, so it's like creativity. There's a full card. But you see, it's almost like he's got the world, or a big rope wrapped around, around him. And it's got, the rope is tying into a heart on his chest where his heart space is. And there's butterflies, and well, that's a white dove too. So there's butterflies, a white dove, and look at that. There's grapes right there. There's grapes. That's pretty great. So it's got flowers too. So this is all about a new beginning and a new beginning in something great. And here again, he's got, it looks like a diamond in his left hand, which could represent like being ice. And then in his right hand, he's got fire, and he is like in the middle with a grin on his face. He's happy as can be. So he's turned, that saying, pressure turns coal into diamonds. So it's like the pressure and all the things from the past, he's forged it into something beautiful. So he's taken all of his past experience and turned them into diamonds. And now he's happy with both the past and where he's going towards the future. And that's where the butterfly and the dove is. So the dove is on the left side. So he's made peace with the past already. And, he's ready to create something and go towards that delicate, fiery, passionate future, and do it in a smart way, taking it slow and steady and, not like a jaguar. Jaguars pounce, but tigers, they creep in, slow and steady, to be able to capture that what they want in life. So he's definitely going in with a different perspective now than he did. Okay, so one more card here, and we'll tie up the reading. But it's about taking all of the things that you've went through in the past and literally, letting it go, but also learning from it and appreciating it and giving yourself that moment to like take a moment to yourself to literally appreciate yourself for surviving whatever situation that you were in, that you went through in the past. Look, last card we have is the Four of Cups, which is, it says it's luxury. Okay, so we went from the beginning of the reading to have Four of Pentacles to Four of Cups. So by building a strong foundation with those pillars, building something strong with all your past, all your future, wants, wishes, needs, things like that, with strong communication and really, not letting your past hold you back, not getting stuck up in the things that hold you back or that did in the past. You can really build a strong foundation that also has a strong foundation of love, of two people that are overpouring into themselves. They're not just pouring into the other person, they are also pouring into themselves. Okay. So that's how you'll have a very loving, strong foundation built relationship that could literally stand the test of time. You never know. So it's all about the choices that you have, and it's to remember too, because these cards, it's pouring into yourself first so that it could pour into another. Pour into yourself abundantly so then you can pour into another, and that's definitely an important thing. So I hope that this reading, brought you some insight, hopes, whatever you got out of it. And if you liked it, please hit the like button below, subscribe if you want to listen to more. And check out my link tree. There's more videos on TikTok or whatever, if you're interested. And just have a great day and enjoy whatever comes to you in life. Until next time, see ya.